After the unexpected success of the first Ferrari 4-seater, the 1960 Ferrari 250 GTE 2+2, Ferrari launched its successor in 1964 with the Ferrari 330 GT 2+2. This Grand Tourer had a tubular ladder-type chassis just 5 cm or 2 inch longer than the GTE, bringing the total wheelbase length of 2,650 mm or 104.3 inch. The front independent suspension was up to date with the technology of the time, but the rear live axle with leaf spring suspension was antiquated, while Dunlop disc brakes were fitted all around. Designed by Pininfarina, the 330 GT 2+2 can be identified in two series, and so we'll start with the unpopular Series 1. Let's put the awkwardness aside first and get to the design faux pas right away. The 330 GT 2+2 Series 1 is one of the most unliked Ferrari due to its headlights layout. The Pininfarina headlamp treatment was of two round lights on each side, with the outward light being bigger. Then each dual light cluster was framed with a teardrop-shaped chrome trim. This gave the front end a not-so-flattering appearance that could be compared with the Rolls-Royce and Bentley Silvercloud S3 and Continental S3 made by Mulliner Parkward and dubbed Chinese Eye. The front egg crate grille adorned the Prancing Horse logo, while small round turning signals were placed right underneath the headlights. The front side fenders received an air vent composed of 11 louvers designed in 3 sections, as seen on the 500 Superfast and very first 275 GTSs. For maximum visibility, all pillars were thin, with ample window surfaces to feel and drive comfortably. The trunk was voluminous, and the rear cat tongue-shaped taillights were the same found on the 275 GTS, with 4 exhaust pipes underneath the thin chrome bumper. Borani wire wheels were standard on the 330 GT 2+2 Series 1, as well as the teak veneer on the flat dashboard panel, all accentuated by Veglia gauges and the wooden Nardi steering wheel. The seats were well padded, and the leather-covered gear lever on the transmission tunnel was more commonly found on these plush Ferraris than on the sports models. Next to the gear lever, the traditional chrome dash tray had the usual Ferrari and Pininfarina emblems on top of it. The dual rear seats had enough room for 2 adults and were separated by an armrest, including an ashtray for the good health of the rear passengers. This gave this family-oriented Ferrari a luxurious appointment and quite padded interior. The engine was the same engine used on the 330 America, which was a 250 GT 2+2 with a 4-liter or 242 cubic inch V12, only produced at 50 units in 1963. With a single camper bank, this larger V12 developed an healthy 300 horsepower at 6,600 RPM and was mated to a 4-speed transmission with Laycock de Normanville electric overdrive as used in Jaguars for better relaxed highway cruising. The torque figure also was improved, with 240 foot-pounds at 5,000 RPM instead of the 195 foot-pounds also at 5,000 RPM found on the 3-liter 250 GT, which was now necessary to move this 3,042 pounds or 1,380 kg Grand Tourer. The engine was fed by 3 twin-choke Weber carburetors, and with this setting it was capable of launching the 330 GT 2+2 to 62 mph from a standstill in 6.5 seconds with a 145 mph or 233 km top speed. The Ferrari 330 GT 2+2 Series 2 arrived in 1965 and answered the visual shortcomings of the unloved quad headlight design of the first series. Pininfarina redrew the front fenders with a single round light on each side, new turning signals matching the taillights, and overriders on the front and rear bumpers, making the front resemble the one seen on the 275 GTS, including the now larger 3-slats air vent located on the side front fenders. The Borani wire wheels were now optional, and an 11 alloy wheel set with knockoff hubcaps, also found on the 275 GTB, were now standard. Inside, things got updated, with the center console housing switches found previously on the dashboard, and the transmission received a legitimate 5th gear. The last Ferrari 330 GT 2+2 was produced in 1967, after 1,099 of these subtle Ferrari 4-seater were made, stating that family was also important at Maranello and was here to stay.